Namaskara, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much, Adhyaksh Rare, and also Lahir Singh ji. Campaign Samaya, so all of us keep going to different places. In that context, I've come here also. I know you may be interested in asking more questions than a big opening statement from me. So I'll just briefly give an opening set of remarks. And after that, as the organizers would call, I'm willing to take questions and answer them. I'm coming, of course, at a time, as I said, elections. But as I said, also, just elections themselves raise a lot of issues. But in Karnataka, of course, sitting in the city of Bengaluru, it's very worrying and sad that the city suffers from water-related problems. Just water not being available is a problem. And since yesterday, the reports of, unfortunately, cholera possibly spreading in the town is also of a very big concern. There are times when in India we feel that we have eradicated most of these contagious diseases. But when you hear that it is back, and that also back in Namma Bengaluru, it sort of worries a bit. But I think it is also somewhat because people have no water, not enough water is available, contaminated water also reaches people, and as a result, they are put to difficulties. So that is one situation, a crisis of water and a crisis of a unwanted but very concerning disease. And second, also, if you see the various steps which have been taken until recently, or initiatives which were halted till recently by the current government in Karnataka, it also shows that it is in the water area that there has been such a mismanagement. Because in May 2023, the Chief Minister halted the tenders worth 20,000 crores, including irrigation projects, under the Vishveshwaraya Jal Nigam Limited, Karnataka Neeravari Nigam Limited, Kaveri Neeravari Nigam Limited, and Krishna Bhagya Jal Nigam Limited. All these waters related, irrigation water related programs have been stopped, totaling some 20,000 crores. And even then, you also heard of how the Jal Jeevan Mission program, which is also funded by the central government, even that has been stalled, if I may say that. So as a result, on the matters of water for a city like Bengaluru, which is cosmopolitan, has an image all over the world, we've just hurt ourselves by these kind of knee-jerk steps for whatever reason that the current government has taken. And to add one dimension which is not water related, but which, in spite of all the inclusivity that they talk about, the Congress government has stopped scholarships for the construction laborers' children. In October 2023, nearly 60% reduction has happened in the total number of scholarships that are being extended to building and construction workers' welfare board. And as a result, scholarships have fallen. In fact, since 2007,
this scholarship saw only increase. It was an upward trend, never cutting down. And today we see that as one of the worrisome developments. I'm placing it third in the sequence of things that I'm saying, but of utmost importance is the fact that Karnataka has become a center for appeasement. And as a result, terror attacks are brazen, and even when pro-Pakistan slogans are being raised in the assembly, there is implicit support which is being extended or clearly the perception for wrongdoers, terrorists, or perpetrators of terrorist crimes, it is a very big signal saying it's all right, we can do anything and get away with it. And as a result, you had this horrible attack in Rameshwaram Cafe, and the NIA is constantly putting out reports about that the search has intensified. They're trying to get the main perpetrator, the culprit, who's been named, and so on. But at this time, like the way in the assembly you have a slogan given and through which a false sense of protection is being extended to people who perpetrate violence, a comment from the health minister, which was completely unwarranted. But before I say what exactly was the comment and its repercussions, it is from that very party that in 2008, if you would recall, post the horrible attack in Mumbai, when the cases were being built up as to how it happened, who are the main perpetrators, who are the handlers behind them, and so on, you had a very spurious and vicious,
absolutely Congress-like campaign, which was coining a phrase which was never heard before in India, Hindu terror. Hindu terror was an expression coined by the Congress party, and you know the mindset with which they were deflecting from the main issue towards blaming the Hindus for attacking themselves and attacking common places of, public usage. So a party which gave that Hindu terror today, after an attack in a place like Rameshwaram Cafe, and where the NIS already probably put out search notices and rewards for finding the main culprit, you have the health minister revealing the identity of one of the witness. And reveal the identity of a culprit has one impact. But revealing the identity of a witness is the most despicable thing you can do. A witness goes in good faith to reveal what he knows. Having been there, he doesn't know what is behind the conspiracy, who's behind it. But he just goes to say matter of fact what he saw. If he says something, and after that, witness protection is not easy. The man's life has to be lived, and the man or woman, and when they lead their normal lives, they are going to be exposed to big hazards. And here is a responsible minister. You would want to believe he's responsible, belonging to that very same party which coined the word Hindu terror, now revealing the identity of a witness. Will he protect him? And especially in a case which has terrorist connotations. So the irresponsible way with which law and order is being handled is a matter of concern. And I would also say in this context that the appeasement politics of Congress goes along with it. Otherwise, why would they give away a property which was given by a donor to the Karnataka government for taking care of livestock and animal husbandry, setting up a veterinary hospital? Why would that be given away blatantly to a particular minority community? Why would they do it? Was the original intent of the donor that? Or are you now conveniently taking everything which is available for you to keep people appeased? So, again, I'm talking in a Bangalore just with serious water crisis, and also in a Bangalore which is readying, and in a state which is readying itself for the state election, state meaning to the Lok Sabha. You have serious issues of concern which I would want the people of Karnataka to think about. And the last point that I would say in my opening remark is there's total apathy about women and women's safety. I'm astonished, and as a member of the party to which the candidate belongs, I will strongly put out this voice in favor of BJP's Davanagere Lok Sabha candidate Gayatri Siddeshwara, against whom a Congress MLA, Shiva Shankarappa, has said such words which are absolutely unacceptable. Women and their dignity matter nothing to the Congress party. They only look at them as, all right, some votes from there. They have no business to comment on, and that to a sitting MLA, to comment on the opposition party's Lok Sabha candidate is just not acceptable. Similarly, in December 2023, BJP constituted a fact-finding team to even see how atrocity committed against a tribal woman in Karnataka's Belgavi district. Karnataka High Court has come down heavily against the government for having the state administration has been pulled up for being ignorant or careless about it. So you see repeatedly such violence against women being ignored by the state administration. Law and order is not in its best form. 72% increase in rape cases in January 2024. Not a record which we will want to see in Karnataka. I'll stop there. I know I have not touched on that very obvious question of funds which are due to Karnataka, not that I'm avoiding, but I thought it would be more meaningful for me to give it as answer where you are going to ask. 1, 2, or all questions on it, I'm willing to answer. So I have not touched it. So I want our media friends to understand that I purposely have not touched it because I'll wait for your question. And I do not want anybody to think, oh, finance minister came at an election time, she didn't address the main question. No, I will address and take more time if you allow me, or else I'll leave it to you all to ask me. Thank you.
Let us start with the irrigation.
1 minute, I want somebody to coordinate because that will be better. I'll answer everybody. Yes.
One by one is better.
Let us start with the irrigation project.
One by one, please, one by one.
Irrigation projects, madam. Karnataka government keep accusing center of stalling key irrigation project, drinking water project, including Meghalatu, Kalasa Banduri. What is your reply?
No, first of all, I want them to say why in May 2023, I read out the 4 projects on which totaling to 20,000 crores. Why was there a stop order given for these? And why is Jal Jeevan Mission, which is bringing drinking water to every house, not being encouraged? It's after all, center also is putting the money there. And it's a big program where in difficult areas, in dry, drought-prone areas, reaching water to the house is a big thing. No, they don't want to do it. And that is why I was very fascinated by a comment which I think Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar has made, that he will now, in the context of all the water shortages and everything else happening, he will invest and focus more on irrigation projects rather than building roads. So it's a conceding of a point by the state's own Deputy Chief Minister. So it is not center giving fund or not. You don't put it in right time. You stop it in May 2023. And then after a year, you say, no, I'll put it all for irrigation now. They have accepted their own bad planning, or you started in one direction, you're going on a different direction. Central government is continuing with its Jal Jeevan Mission as much as all the commitments which are given for irrigation as well.
We are talking about.
We'll go one after that. We'll come back. Please.
मैम जैसा कि हम देख रहे हैं इस इलेक्शन में माई टैक्स माई राइट इशू उठा रही है कांग्रेस।
आप हिंदी में सवाल पूछ रहे हैं, कौन सा पत्रिका है? राजस्थान पत्रिका, ठीक है।
उस पे आपका क्या कहना है? और दूसरा जो कांग्रेस का मैनिफेस्टो आया इसमें कई गारंटी प्रोग्राम हम देख रहे हैं, विजिबिलिटी के लिहाज से उस पर आप क्या?
नहीं, पहले बात क्या नारा बोले आपने? माई टैक्स माई राइट, माई टैक्स माई राइट. Of course, everybody's taxes, they are right, they have to do it. I put it that way, not a tax given, tax to be brought back is not that kind of right. You're right That slogan itself is something which I'd like to talk about later. मगर ये नारा ठीक है भाई, मगर सच्चाई क्या है? आप बेंगलुरु में बैठ करके तो पूछ रहे हो प्रश्न। बेंगलुरु वाले सब इकट्ठा होकर के अगर बोलते हैं कि माई टैक्स माई राइट, दे दो पैसा बेंगलुरु के लिए, देखा हालत, पानी नहीं है, सड़क साफ नहीं है, और एयरपोर्ट से आने में 1.5 घंटा से ज्यादा होता है। सो बेंगलुरु वाले सब बेंगलुरु के टैक्स को हमारी हक मान करके, अपने हक मान करके अगर वापस इधर ही खर्च करने के लिए डिमांड किया तो क्या होगा कल्याण कर्नाटका में? सो इस नारेबाजी ठीक है, आराम से बात करने के लिए ठीक लगता है, मगर ये नजरिया बिल्कुल गलत है। हम देश के हित में टैक्स पे करते हैं, हर एक पाई का उपयोग सही हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही है, कहीं डाइवर्ट हो रही है, ये सब के ऊपर प्रश्न पूछो, जितने भी पूछो, किसी से भी पूछो, जवाब देना कर्तव्य होता है। मगर ये उसका गलत तरीके से ट्विस्ट करके माई राइट माई टैक्स माई राइट, देश के हित में नहीं है, किसी का हित में भी नहीं, यही मेरा मानना है। एक मिनट, व्हाट वाज दूसरा क्या बोल रहे थे?
कांग्रेस का मैनिफेस्टो आया है, उसमें 25 कैरेट की बात करी गई है, तो फाइनेंशियल फिजिबिलिटी के लिहाज से आपका कमेंट?
मैं उसका उन्हीं का उदाहरण ले लेती हूँ। कर्नाटका में जीतने के लिए इतना बड़ा सा प्रॉमिस दे दिए, और तब ही मैंने एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस बेंगलुरु में, उसमें मैंने बैक ऑफ द एनवेलप कैलकुलेट करके बोले 60,000 करोड़ 60,000 करोड़ उसका खर्च के लिए पैसा चाहिए होगा। अगर 60,000 करोड़ आपके बजट से ही आप दे पाएंगे, मतलब बाकी सब काम जिसका कमिटमेंट ऑलरेडी हो चुका है उसको देने के बाद आपके हाथ में 60,000 करोड़ है, तो ये सब आगे बढ़ पाएगा। मगर प्रॉमिस तो जिता दिया, उसको निभाने के लिए अभी कहां से पैसा आएगा? इसीलिए मुझे याद है डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर डीके शिव कुमार जी ने बोला नहीं नहीं, पैसा मैंने इसको दे दिया इसीलिए डेवलपमेंट को नहीं है। और दूसरी बात भी बोले कि 38,000 करोड़ कुछ मैं दे पाऊंगा, उससे चलाओ काम, मैं कुछ और नहीं कर पाऊंगा उस समय का। फिर शायद उनके एडवाइजर ही, डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर का स्टेटमेंट जुलाई 2023 में हुआ, उनके एडवाइजर बसवराज राय रेड्डी अबू, he had given, चीफ मिनिस्टर के एडवाइजर, यस थैंक यू, उन्होंने ये बात बताया 58,000 करोड़ हम उसके लिए लगा दिया, और वो ह्यूज फाइनेंशियल बर्डन हो रही है। इसीलिए मैं इसी उदाहरण को उठा करके मैं बोल रही हूँ, एक स्टेट में बर्डन इतना सा हो रही है प्रॉमिसेस देने के कारण, बाकी सब काम, डेवलपमेंट के काम रुकावट में आ गए। क्या देश भर का काम और अभी वायदा देने में जनता आपके ऊपर भरोसा रखेगी? वो एक है प्रश्न। दूसरा प्रश्न, अरे हिमाचल प्रदेश में आपके सरकार है, इधर भी आपके सरकार है, और इससे पहले राजस्थान में आपके सरकार था, इसका कुछ उधर झलक दिखाया आपने कि कर दिखाए, इसीलिए हमें कॉन्फिडेंस है ये सब इंप्लीमेंट लायक विषय है, इसीलिए हम इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे, ऐसे बोलने का कुछ है विषय उसमें? और क्योंकि आप कांग्रेस मैनिफेस्टो के ऊपर प्रश्न पूछा, मैं इस मौके पर दूसरा विषय भी बोलना चाह रहा हूं। वो है कि हिमाचल प्रदेश में जैसे कर्नाटका में प्रॉमिस दिया, चुना और चुनकर आ गए, उधर ओपीएस एनपीएस डिबेट के ऊपर बोल दिया कि हम वापस ओपीएस में चले जाएंगे, और चुनाव जीतकर आने के बाद उसके बारे में एक शब्द भी नहीं बोल रहे हिमाचल में। और राजस्थान में भी तब की मुख्यमंत्री जी गहलोत जी थे, वो भी बोले नहीं नहीं इंप्लीमेंट मैं कर चुका हूं, और अब तक जितनी भी पैसा उसमें इकट्ठा हो रखा है वो सब वापस हमें स्टेट को भेजो, ये भी उनका डिमांड था। मगर आज कांग्रेस के पास ये मैनिफेस्टो रिलीज करने के समय आप जैसे आप ही के एक कुलीग प्रश्न पूछने के समय पूर्व वित्त मंत्री जी का जवाब क्या था? it will be premature for us to bring it now. When Finance Secretary is the committee head, there is a committee formed by the central government, so it will be premature. क्यों हिमाचल प्रदेश में घोषणा करने के समय premature नहीं लगा, राजस्थान में premature नहीं लगा, अभी अचानक ज्ञान आ गए premature. उनके मैनिफेस्टो में कम से कम 3-4 जगह पर म्यूचुअली कॉन्ट्रडिक्टिंग स्टेटमेंट्स है. एक जगह देश भर के स्टैंडर्ड होना चाहिए एडमिशन में, एजुकेशन में, और दूसरे जगह हम नीट को रिव्यू करेंगे, कुछ और पर रिव्यू करें, और स्टेट्स को अधिकार देंगे अपने आप आपके उनके स्तर पर एग्जाम कंडक्ट करने. ऐसे बहुत सारे कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन है और प्रोमिसेस ऐसे दे रहे हैं जो इंप्लीमेंट करने में बजट में तो इतना घाटा होगा, पैसा बचेगा ही नहीं.
ಕೈ ಮೇಲೆತ್ತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪತ್ರಿಕೆನ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಸರ್. ಎದ್ನಿಂದ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗತ್ತೆ.
ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬಹಿರಂಗ ಆಹ್ವಾನ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಿತ್ತು?
ಬಹಿರಂಗ
ಆಹ್ವಾನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಿತ್ತು?
ಓ go on.
Can we have the next question, sir? Ma'am, I think
No, let me hear you, Aman. What my responsibility? Has she told you from where is she?
we would like to know your name and the media house before you ask the question, please.
Sorry, Hema Venkat? edina.com. So what are you questioning? हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ, हाँ, हाँ. अभी you're all asking me questions only on finances. I'm answering here, है ना? ये पहले सुन लो. Hear this first, okay? It's all right. I'm not in an argument at all. I fully heard you. I'm giving you answers for the media's questions.
Maybe move on.
I'm answering everybody's questions.
This is Anil from Times of India. This is regarding the release of broad release.
Huh.
Why there has been delay? The state government is accusing that as per the NEMA Act, the central government is duty bound to release within 1 month of the visit of the central king to the affected state. So the central king visited in the month of October of this thing, and they have given, according to the state government, they have given report in the month of November 23 or November 23 in 2023.
Okay.
Why there has been so much delay in releasing?
All right. So good that you asked me that.